welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. I'm here to do reviews. I am up to book number 32, and the book that I read was the book for Peter Likes Books Book Club. And if you have been watching my channel, you know that V.C. Andrews is my all-time favorite author. She got me into reading. I hated reading in high school, and once I started reading her books, I was reading and reading and reading. I couldn't put them down. So anyway, the book that he chose for us to read was My Sweet Audrina. This is the edition that I got from the library. It's not the very pretty cover. This is a large print edition. I did not have the book. I did read this back in the 1980s. So that's 30 years ago. And as I was reading this, so it was a reread. As I was reading it, I did remember a few things popped up. And I just want to let you know that her books are very, very dark. There is sexual content, there is rape, there is adultery, there is lots of stuff. There is disability, but she doesn't call them like properly what we would call them now, like special needs. She has just very, very dark when she wrote back in the 80s. I just want to be warned because a lot of people, it's like very problematic, this book. Anyway, so I did enjoy it. It was my second time. There's memory loss in here, which is right up my alley. I love memory loss books. And there's very like creepy. It is classified as a horror. If you look on Goodreads, it's a horror gothic book. It does have that creepiness feeling to it. There is a movie for this book. I have not seen the movie. I definitely will be trying to get the movie to see if I could find it online or something. But I gave it 5 stars. I couldn't put it down. So yeah, and this is why I started reading, why she kept me reading. There is lots of quotes in here. If you follow me on Goodreads, as I got to a quote, I would tell you what page it was on. Like really, really good quotes. I'm sorry I didn't flag it on here. But there are lots of quotes that I wrote on Goodreads. So I am glad that he chose this book, and I got to reread it. I don't reread books. I don't have time for that, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't remember half of the stuff that happened in this book, and I did not do audiobook. I read it. I physically read it. I really enjoyed it. I think the audiobook would have sped me up a little bit more, but I don't think I would enjoy it. Peter said that the audiobook stinks, so yeah. So I'm really glad that I had the copy from the library. I will be continuing on with his book club. We are starting the Heaven series, and I know I read that back in the day, and so I already purchased all the books for the series for to read along with him. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoy her writing style. So yeah, so 5 stars. So yeah. So basically the story is about Audrina. She is 9 years old. She has a sister that her name is Audrina also. And the book starts off with Audrina being 7 years old. And she loses her memory. There's like time gaps where she doesn't know what's going on, what year it is. She's not going to school. Her other sister, who is Audrina, she was coming home from school one day and she got raped in the woods and they killed her. So that's the synopsis of what this book is about. And it's very creepy. There is another sister that's older that is very mean and nasty. Yeah, and it just goes on. You have to find out. It's like a mystery of what happened to the first Audrina and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't want to tell you anymore because then I'm gonna give it away. So yeah, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, 5 stars. Well, I finished book number 33, and 33 was You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I have this out from the library. I owe a late fee. I think I owe 30 cents because I have it out for 3 days late. I wanted to finish it. So yes, I finished it. I gave this one 4 stars. It's about twin girls. They are Jewish, which I really enjoyed reading about because I hardly ever read any books about Jewish people except if they are in World War II. So this was really, really nice to read about a conservative Jewish person, well, people, the whole family, and I really enjoyed this one. It's about 2 girls. They're twins, as I said. And they have their mom who is suffering from Huntington's disease. And it's a very nice story. However, this may be a trigger warning. There is cutting in this book. There is also talk of suicide. There is also sexual content and underage drinking. But I really enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the Jewish references of the holidays and all that. I enjoyed the friendship and not the friendship because they were fighting throughout. I really enjoyed the twins, and yeah, it was a enjoyable read. Enjoyable read. The POVs do jump back and forth, so it's between the 2 twins. So I did get confused a little bit, so that's why I dropped it down a star, because I couldn't figure out who was who. One twin does music, and the other twin does art, which is pretty interesting because my triplets, my girls, one does art and one does music. So yeah, it was pretty interesting to read about. Again, I gave it 4 stars. I'm glad I finished it. And I'm returning this back to the library owing 30 cents.